back to another Rise of Mordor stream. So yeah, today we're just going to be continuing our work on Tier 3 Mordor. And yeah, so we're kind of pretty far into this unit. You know, it's looking a lot better than the old Tier 3, but we've been getting some steady progress on it, and we're almost finished. Actually, we are down to like one more belt variation. I'm gonna redo the chest plate, low poly here and high poly, and probably we might do some neck armor, and then we might even start a bit of rigging today, which is the last step. It's going to be pretty arduous to do that. Yeah, rigging might not be really fun, but we'll try our best. Can you guys not hear me? How do I sound? Can anyone hear me? How does sound? Let me know if the music's too loud or I'm too quiet. I can try to speak louder. A bit quiet? Okay, I'll try my best to I think hopefully this will fix it. I mean, okay. Zwazy, you're my second favorite modder. Froosty's the first. I respect that. Frosty also one of my favorite modders on the team. Gets a lot of work done. Yeah, hopefully this will fix my voice. I think I've adjusted a few things. Will this be the last stream for Tier 3 Uruks? Probably not. But I can say one of the last, like, confidently. Like, we are really close to finishing. I've done the high poly for most of these things here. Like, I've done the gloves, I've done the shoes. Almost everything here you see is done. Everything you see here has a high poly, but and is textured. But there's a few variations that are not finished yet. And I'm contemplating whether I even do another variation of greaves or not. Whether it's even needed or not. Right now I have a lot of variation for helmets and bracers. I have 2 belt variations, and we will basically have 2 chestplate variations, but they're going to look incredibly similar. That's about it for variation. There's not too much variation, but then again, like, you can kind of represent this unit. Like, the armor's kind of the same for this entire unit, so that's why I'm kind of able to get away with so few variations, I think. But I'm gonna have to do some cloth work, I think. So no, this is not the last stream, but we're finishing up. Like, we're getting close. So yeah, just to show you kind of progress. I'll pull up some, like, the gloves, the shoes, and the belt, because those are some of the things I did off stream. So let's look at let's start with the shoes. Let's see here. Yeah, so this is just kind of what the shoes look like. Just a bit of sculpted detail on the leather, just to kind of give it that, you know, effect. Folded a bit, and some metal, some dents on it. You know, some basic stuff. These look, you know, pretty good. I like these. They don't look bad at all. And the gloves I worked on as well off stream. Okay, yeah, gloves as well, kind of the same idea, just sculpted a bit, just to kind of give it that wrinkled look, and a bit of metal on it. I want to go for this light color. I think that those look really good for the gloves. This is what they look like from far away. And let's go. Last thing I want to show was the belt. This is the last thing. We're gonna do the second belt today as well. You guys will be able to see that live. It's just a bit of a lengthy kind of task to do a bit. Yeah, here's the belt here, the buckle, and just chainmail. And I had to basically kind of paint out these ends on the chainmail by hand just so it doesn't look so straight and clear. I could probably show the difference, I think. Nope, not that. Nope. Nope. Yeah, there it is. So this is what it looks like. This is what the belt looks like just normally. But or this is what it looks like normally, right? It looks just like you can see the edge is just super sharp and fine. Just where you can see kind of where the model ends, and that's not really good. So just by hand, if you paint away some of the links and stuff on the ends, it looks a bit, rougher. It doesn't look so perfect. I guess from far away the illusion falls apart. I might go in a bit more and just remove a bit more so it's a bit kind of more scratched up. We can try that on the other variation if we want to. So those are some of the things I just kind of did a bit off stream. Let's see. Yeah, greaves and stuff, all textured. Everything here textured, trousers done. Yeah, we're almost there. Okay. When are you starting on the faces? Yeah, I know that's something everyone wants me to work on. And something has come up a bit in terms of what I'll be working on. So I will do the faces. But they might not, that probably won't be my main project after this. I'm going to do a bit of tier 2 and some faces, but the faces might be something I do kind of on the side while I work on a different project on the mod, still part of the mod, but I am going to be shifting attention a bit. Just because there's some exciting things that are going on in the background, and so work kind of needs to be put elsewhere. So I will be doing Mordor faces after this unit, but it's going to be something on the side. You probably won't see it incredibly soon after these guys are released. How long does textures take usually? Very little time. Usually textures is the fastest part of the process, and it's just because what I've done is I've essentially made materials beforehand, procedural materials. You can see here, tier 3 mortar, tier 3 leather, the materials I made beforehand, and because the armor, it's the consistent material across the entire armor, all I have to do is kind of drag and drop, and then adjust a few things if I want to, or add some minor details by hand if that's what I'm trying to do. But usually the texturing is quite quick, and my favorite part because you get to kind of see the results. It's really fun. I like that. And it looks the nicest, when you're kind of just looking at your model. These guys look like wearing Chast Mordor Import Arms Core. Lol. Not sure exactly what that means. But cool. So let's get right to work. Let's do the other variation, a belt, which is essentially it's the exact same thing, but we're just gonna have a bit of armor. So are the tier 3 Uruk armor coming out first, and then the new faces after? Yes, for sure. Yeah, the armor's coming out first, and then we will faces will probably be later. Maybe 1 or 2 updates later. Give it some time. I wouldn't expect faces immediately, but they are going to be worked on. It's going to be something I'll be working on the side, and also I kind of have to brush up on I have to brush up on my sculpting, right? Because it's been a while. Oh yeah, this was the high poly I was trying to make. It didn't work out very well. It just I don't know. I couldn't really find a good way to bake it because it's a particle system and it's not very nice to me. There's definitely a better way that I have to figure out to get good chainmail. So this is the second belt, which is almost identical. It's identical to the first belt, but there's armor on it. And I'll probably change the chainmail in the front. Might even go for a plate mail. I don't know if I have a plate mail material. Let's see. Yeah, I kind of want something that's not exactly chainmail. So let's just make a high poly. essentially, first of all, just gonna fix up the low poly here. This is not mirrored. So I'm just getting rid of right now interior faces. This is, I don't know how many of you have seen my streams before, but it's kind of always just the same process. So I'm doing the UV unwrapping phase, which is getting the model ready to be textured, and I'm essentially just right now getting rid of faces you guys are never going to see in the game, so that it's faster for your computers to run. I meant the armor looks like the orcs wearing crude steel of Mordor, like in the third film. The orcs have more refined armor, less looting. I mean, no space to what you were doing. I meant the armor looks like the orc wearing crude steel. I'm not sure still what you kind of what you mean. I mean, this is the low poly, so you're not seeing it with details with wear and I would disagree that the armor is refined. If you're saying that this is refined and fluted, it's not. This is just the low poly. The low poly has no details on it, no dents, no nothing. You know, it's not detailed yet and doesn't have the material that has the wear and the scratches. And I think that's what I'm going for here, which is there is roughness on the surface here, and it's not clean armor. You know, it is very kind of bent and misshapen and out of place. But I guess there is kind of some nice kind of curves to it and whatnot. But if you zoom in, there is roughness on the surface here, and I'm not showing that, right? Because this is the low poly. Boris, yes, Mega Blue Iron. This is your motto for today. Okay, so let's just unwrap this thing. So first I'm just going to create scenes. This is where the model will be cut. And same process as always. Just split it up. It's good. Belt, pretty easy. Like so. Done. And these two will be their own UV islands. And can't really see this, so I'm going to isolate this. And let's just go like this. And that's how we'll split the model. This. And 37 watching now, but only 27 likes? Question mark. Shameful, shameful. Come on, guys, hit the like button. Come on. Promote it to the algorithm. Alright. We have our UV islands here, so basically any isolated kind of spot between red lines is going to be laying out flat, and you can put a texture image on it, so we can see how that looks like. Now, bam, perfect. I might do a bit of adjusting. Actually, you know what? Essentially what we try to do is we try to avoid as many open spaces as we can. So can I grab this and rotate it? Oops, rotate it 90 like this. Like I could fit that there. Then first thing I can do is this. The software is not smart enough to put things inside other things. So something like this. And like this. Just trying to optimize this, right? Because then I can scale this all up and essentially I get more texture per kind of area. So that's a considerable amount of room I've given myself. So I can put this in the middle and scale it up, and I've been more efficient in my UV space here. I think that's good. Giving myself a bit more resolution in each of these parts. Yes, we're boosting those likes. Okay. But really, I still don't really get your argument here. Are you saying that what I have here is too refined or under refined? Are you saying it should be more chaotic, or are you saying that this is too professional almost for Mordor? No, this is not Mordor Rabble. That's just a old directory. This is higher tier. This is like tier 3 Mordor, so this is one below the highest tier. So like, it's kind of up there. Mordor. This is just kind of like my files are not really named correctly because this is my first time I made a model, which is Mordor Rabble, and so I just named Mordor Rabble, and then I kept working on Mordor, so I just have subdirectories. But this is not Rabble, and I'm basing it off of the concept you see here on the right. So this is what it looks like. This is my concept art here, right? So this should be correct. Okay. So we have our low poly UV unwrapped. Yeah, these are the mainline game units. The impressive Marcus Newman's correct. Yeah, this is going to be your, the brunt of Mordor, and that's why they need to be done correctly. That's why I'm reworking them. So we have our low poly. Is this? Oh, this is the duplicate. Okay, this is going to be the high poly. This is going to be the low poly. I don't know why I did that. So we're going to rename this, the other one, high poly. And this one we're going to rename, rename low poly. Perfect, because this one is the one that's UV unwrapped, so you don't want that to be the high poly. And I'm actually just going to check if anyone has good plate material. Okay. Like that. Yeah, okay. So will the other orc units get redone? I'm planning to do a few variations, add a few variations to tier 2. But that's about it. I mean, I think most of Mordor is not terrible right now. Like, we have Servants of the Eye, which are just fine. Guards of the Teeth, which are great. Morgul Legion, which is pretty good. Tier 3 is is a lot of Mordor, and hopefully this will be good enough. I'm counting on it. And then we also have Tier 2, which is pretty awful. And that could use some rework, which I'm going to do some variation for. And then there's Tier 1, which is like, I don't know about Tier 1. I don't even know how you guys feel about Tier 1. I think Tier 1's not terrible right now. It's just it needs more faces, right? Like Tier 1 is just kind of needs actual model variation for the orcs itself. It's not really a problem with the armor. In the films, Urukai have armor from one piece of salt steel, but order units have they scrap their handles. But yeah, okay. Like really, yeah, that's kind of what we have here. I see multiple metal plates here. Like these are not. There's not much singular kind of plates actions, so this should be kind of that should be accurate then. Yeah, title says markers. Yeah, Okay. So I kind of want to. The only thing I really want to change in the bake, because I already have a high poly. That's good for everything I need here. I only need a high poly for this metal thing here in the front. So let's do that. First of all, let's make this a bit more accurate model wise. So, and then we will. I only really need this thing here. I don't need anything else because it's all. I've already done the high poly for the other parts for the first build. I'm just gonna keep it the same. I might change the material here if there's good plate mail material, and yeah, okay. So let's sculpt this up. I don't know what I'm gonna do here. Maybe just add some rivets of some kind. Dine Topo basically give me free sculpting abilities. I'm gonna mirror. Oh shoot. Did not mean to do that. Well, I messed that up. Okay. That's fine. I forgot to apply my modifiers, which is a crucial mistake. Let's do that. And now let's go back into okay. Whoops. Sculpt mode. Dine Topo. And oh, I'm lagging a bit. Okay. That's on. Subtract. Should be mirrored. Yep. And just kind of crease it a bit. And so flattened a bit as if it's been hammered. To add variation, you could make a chainmail skirt. Don't know how to call that part. Like you tried, and also a scale version, like the concept. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm going for here. I already have. I'm not going to do the skirt because almost all these units will have tacets. I haven't really found any reference images in the movie where they don't have tacets. So I'm keeping tacets on. So like, there's no really point in kind of a skirt. I'm just going to have this kind of V shape here. And yeah, I'm going to find a good plate mail material. I already have a chainmail one. I don't have a plate mail on me right now, so I'm not gonna. We're not gonna finish the texturing here. I'll leave the texture file kind of unfinished. Just get everything else finished except for that plate mail, because it's just a simple matter of dragging and dropping materials. How much has been completed so far for all factions? Wow, I can't. That's a bit of a large question. We have pretty good progress. I mean, we have a Trello, and you can see what's been released, and I mean, kind of what you can see is in the game already, right? Like what's finished is in the game. What's unfinished is what we're working on, and then I can't tell you what we're working on because you're gonna see that in the next update. But you should kind of get a good idea based on kind of what Frusty's working on, what I've been working on, basically the streams, right? So probably some Mordor and a lot of dwarves is what I'm saying you should expect. I'm going to turn off mirroring here and just get it a little rough around the edges. There isn't really much I can do here except just, it's just kind of just a piece of extra metal, right? So there's not really too much detail I can add. Question, is there a way to make animations or armor or something that when they fight a guy with a sword does not stab through plate armor? Well, that's just simply, you're asking for a custom animation, and that's just work though. It's just extra work, and it's possible. Yeah, you can do that, but we don't really have too many animators right now, and the ones we do have are busy on other projects, which I'm sure you guys know what that is, right? But we try not to get involved too much in just animations. Like we have enough, we think. And our animating department is not huge, right? Yeah, we're always looking for team members because the problem is finding devoted team members, right? We have people that ask to join all the time, but it's but we look for people that are kind of motivated, and that's tough to find because everyone has stuff going on in their life, and so they usually just end up, leaving the project, or they're too busy, right? Or I don't know, or they don't take the time to learn. So that's kind of the struggle, our team is not massive, right? Like we have a pretty big team, but how many are active, right? Right now it's better than it's ever been. I will say that we have the most people we've ever had active and just on the team in general. But it is, it's just a matter of time, really. Is it something that we really need to work on? Probably not. Is it possible? Yep. Do you think that having guards of the teeth make Mobile Legion a little redundant? No, I don't think so. It's a thing of money. Also, I'm pretty sure there's a cap on guards of the teeth, the amount of guards of the teeth you can have. I know what you're trying to say. Like Mordor has a lot of kind of halberd and pike units, right? And you're saying isn't guards of the teeth just kind of a better version of Mobile Legion? But once again, well, I haven't come up with the rosters exactly, but I'm pretty sure it's the price difference is what makes them essentially, and also the unit cap. Guards of the Teeth are very elite, very very elite. Mobile Legion you can have in your army, kind of spread out through your empire when you're playing in the campaign. Okay, I think that's just good. It's a bit roughed up. Something like this. And let's just bake that and send that out, basically. Congrats to 5K. Thank you, Books on TV. We are very excited. It's been really nice, fast growth since we've been promoting and working on the YouTube channel, so that's really awesome. It's really something really cool. Okay. Where are the Gladrim? Where is Rohan? All I can say is just be patient. We only have so many artists, and we're working on as many things as we can at a time. So yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys have seen a few little teasers for kind of the start of Rohan. Like some helmets here and there, but I don't know. We have a lot of other stuff we're kind of working on. A lot of things are balancing on the plate, so. Oh, Taiki's it. Yeah, are you talking about? Because yeah, I've seen some of your videos. You do a lot of those big battles and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's just it's not something we kind of put the time into. I guess custom animations, right? We already have animations in the game. We really only need animations for those kind of special creatures and stuff like that. But we think the combat so far is fine. Trump 2024. Let's not get political, guys. Okay. Let's bake normal. And yeah, that's good. Let's bake. Oh, I don't have the material on it. So I basically just have a material here for my low poly. My low poly here. I bake the high poly to the low poly, and I have a simple material here, and the material is just an image texture, 2K, right here, an image texture put into the material that's selected. That's how you get it essentially to bake. You select your high poly, then your low poly, and then you make it normal, and you bake. And we just wait a bit. Shall wait with eager anticipation and keep up the great work. Awesome. Will trolls counter cavalry? Probably, yeah. That will be a all-around strong unit. I would say they're probably better infantry killers. But yeah, they're overall pretty strong units. But I would say better at infantry. Maybe not so easy against cavalry. It would be cool if you enlarge Rohan horses to make them look bigger. I don't think that's exactly necessary. I don't even know if we can do that. That'd be interesting. Don't think we can, and I don't know why that would be entirely necessary. The Chad Orc, the Virgin Alpha, exactly. Chad Orc. Around 2024. Yes, that's what he meant. That's what he meant. I'm not gonna say your name on stream, Mr. Trump 2024. But I like the reference. Okay, let's go to back here, and you can see we have our normal baked, and we only really want this. Like you can see, these are unintended side effects. This thing, we don't really want that, but essentially we've caught the detail on this face here, which is we want that, and these edges. We like unintended here, unintended all here. Really, this edge. Oh, I didn't know I could do that. These edges. That's perfect. That's exactly what we need. And then we'll just put it in GIMP and fix things up after. So let's go new folder, and we're gonna do this is belt 02. And this is the first normal map. I'm going to make multiple and then add them together essentially in a photo editing software like Photoshop or GIMP. Will you still make the Morgul Orc? If you mean Morgul Legion, then I've already made Morgul Legion. If you're talking about variations of orcs, I will be working on faces and stuff. How many factions will use trolls? You'd have to check the roster. Check on Trello. It's in the description of the stream. The Trello should have all that information. I don't know exactly the rosters. But Total War Attila and Angmar, yeah, those probably make the most sense, right? I think maybe, I don't know if Isengard, I'm not sure. Can't wait for this next update. It's going to be massive for the mod. Yeah, it's going to be a pretty big update. There's going to be a lot kind of stuff added. I'm hoping Mordor will be a lot more fun to play with these new units. You know, they'll look a lot nicer in the battles. They won't be like a black mob, and the helmets won't look super weird. And you know, it's gonna look sick. It's gonna be nice. I'm excited for Mordor to come out. So then what I've done, so I can get rid of the high poly here because I've done that, and then I simply need. Where is that? I see where you are. Okay. And then I simply only need to bake this. So let's pull these guys out. Just so we can see what we're working with here. And I kind of only want... Actually, I can do something a little cheeky. Let's go Alt G. Did not mean to do that. Alt H, okay. And then I only need this. I can duplicate it. And I can separate it by material. By selection. Okay. By selection. There we go. And I'm going to do the same thing here. Selection. Okay, I'm going to take this thing, Alt G, that'll send it back. Okay. Okay, let's go. Let's join these. And then I can, just because I basically have my high poly here for the belt, right? And I just only want to bake this, right? And I don't want to run into all those problems, those kind of weird normal problems. So, I'm isolating that part. Okay. Isengard will at least on Trello. Yeah, Canary Board is correct. Yeah. Then yeah, if it's not on Trello, then it's not there. I'm not entirely too sure about the rosters. I don't check the rosters very often. Yeah, Zone's correct as well. Yeah. Daniel O'Donnell will ends to be available to a faction or more like a mercenary unit. Oh, well, I don't even know if we have them planned yet, because that's a custom creature. And custom creatures we're very iffy on those until we get better resources. So, Joseph Maloney. Speaking of which, will there be mercenary units available? I don't. Oh, I can't. You see, you're asking me guys questions about like a lot of the campaign stuff, and I'm not very much involved in the campaign. My main role is, art and stuff. So I apologize for not being able to answer a lot of these questions. I'm trying my best here. I don't know. I'm gonna say likely. There's very likely there'll be mercenary units, but I can't say for certain because I'm not really working on the campaign at all, right? I'm just looking at the Trello, seeing units available, and modeling them, right? But I'm saying likely, yeah. On the Trello page, Gondor is labeled as finished, yet there's a unit named Guards of the Star City that isn't in the mod. Will this be made in the future? Because they look very cool. I'm not working on Gondor, so that's really up to the person who's working on Gondor. Because it could very possibly just be we decide to scrap a unit, maybe for balancing, or no one just decided to work on them or whatever. But I would say for the most part, Gondor's probably finished. Okay. Yeah, Canary Boy is kind of repeating what I'm saying here, I think. Yeah. Okay, let's make. Yeah. Tom Romain will do the Guards of the Star City only if there's a need for it in the campaign, yeah. I would say your best bet right now is looking at the Trello and saying, yeah, if it's finished on the Trello, then it's probably finished, right? We're not likely we will work on that. Yeah, Ragnar is not playable. Yeah, we're looking. Yeah, we're talking about that. That was something recent that came up in team combos, I think. We have a lot of stuff on the Trello, but there's also a lot of things we're constantly discussing. Things that we can work on and change and add, and factions and whatnot, whether some should be merged or some should be split, Okay. So our normal map should be finished. It would be nice for reward for rebuilding those skill, yeah. A bit like the management claims. Yep. Okay. Yep, this is what we're looking for here. Nice. These not so nice, we'll fix those up. Perfect. Exactly what we want. And then we don't really want any details on that kind of plate mail section, because we're simply gonna do that by material. Do you think you will change the swords for this unit at all, or will they have variation of sword, axes, and mace type weapons? I know in the concepts, if you look here, like all in the moving stuff, it's a large variety of just mixed weapons. Well, actually, it's kind of mostly swords even. So you'll notice that we have Uruks swords, like Uruk Throng, spears, and archers. So we are going to split them up. Like these guys are going to be swordsmen. Swords and shields is Uruk Throng. And then we also have spears already made. So we're going to have spear unit, sword and shield unit, and an archer unit. We're not going to have a chaotic mix of those axes and maces and whatnot. Even just looking at the concept here, it seems to be kind of, you can see a lot of kind of pikes and stuff in the distance, but those could be Uruk spears, right? But it's a lot of swords. There's one concept here. This guy's holding an axe right in the front, right? This guy has an axe here, right? But I'm not going to have just axes thrown there. It's going to be swords, a different unit for spears, and separate unit for archers. That's how it's going to be laid out. Okay, so we have those. I think that's everything we need. So let's just save this, and then we can go to Gimp. In the Mordor roster is a unit named Morgul Unit and a Morgul Legion. What about the Morgul Unit? Let's see. Oh, Morgul Raiders? Are you talking about Morgul Raiders? That's true. That's I remember that. And there's Morgul Orcs, yeah. Yeah, I guess this is just a... Yeah, those units aren't finished yet. I don't know if I'll be the one to work on them. Yeah, we haven't finished. We haven't done Morgul Raiders or Morgul Orcs. And War Riders, I'm pretty sure that's pretty obvious why those aren't finished. Yeah, we'll have to see kind of just what happens, but you know, I'm going to be shifting around in my work at least, so. Mordor, Men Trolls, Alkai, Dolodro, yeah, okay, yeah. You can see just all those trolls there, right? Thank you. And then the Ritter. It says in Trello, there's Morgul Orcs, Heavy Melee Infantry, Sword, Shield. When is that coming? I have not started working on those, and I don't know if I will be the one to work on those. I'd also have to wait. If we were to work on those, I would need concepts. Morgul Raiders have concepts, which are nice. We don't have concept art for Morgul Orcs, so I can't really even start on that if I wanted to. But that's, I likely will not be working on that in the near future. Oh, let's open them separately. Okay. Right. I'm gonna move this out of the way. Yes, there are lots of swords called Morgul Orcs. They look interesting. Yep, seen it. Yeah, it's, I don't know. You know, I'm just working one thing at a time right now. Like right now, the main focus is to get this unit, this tier 3 finished, and then I know some faces want to get done, maybe some tier 2 reworks, and then I have some other stuff I have to work on. Unlikely it'll be Morgul Orcs. Maybe, might be. Like I do also just kind of have to talk to, you know, the team and see what's needed, right? So what's easier to? I think this is easier to remove from. So I'm gonna go like this, and essentially I want this. Oops. So basically, what I'm doing here is I have 2 normal maps, but I want them to be on the same kind of texture. So I'm just gonna put one on top of the other, and then erase one. Erase the parts where I want it to show up. Right. Bam. And I'm just merging these normal maps like that. Very simple. Just some photo editing stuff, I don't know. Okay. You guys plan on making more orc faces? Yep, we are planning to do that. Can't tell you when though. Do you make the textures yourself too? Yes, the materials I do make. Well, some of them, most of them. In truth, a lot of them are kind of made by someone else, almost like a base of some sort, like a base material. And then there's something missing here. They're a base material of sorts sometimes, and I essentially just I take them and I adjust them to what I need. So I think for tier 3, first of all, I had Guards of the Teeth. Guards of the Teeth was a material I made. It was originally just a very generic medieval steel, and then I changed it to look like Guards of the Teeth, how I wanted it to be. And then tier 3 armor, I took Guards of the Teeth armor, and then I adjusted it, made it more rusty, changed the color and whatnot, and made it for tier 3 essentially. So it's a lot of just taking materials that you started with, because there's no need to reinvent the wheel, right? If someone has a good base metal material, you can take it, and you can, make it better. Just suit it to your needs instead of making it from scratch, sourcing all the textures yourself, and going through all that work. If you have a good base, just take that and work your way up from there and fix it. Okay. Right, and then let's open up again. And we're gonna invert now and clean up the things that we don't, that are not so nice. So, for example, you shouldn't see this. So we'll do some forgery almost. And we're just gonna get rid of it. The entire point of this, the thing with this thing is technically this part is hidden, because what happened is essentially it projected the details of the buckle onto the belt, which is not technically accurate. So I'm removing here, but the point is this is also underneath the buckle, so you can't really see this. But just for professionalism's sake, we will fix it. And I'm just using this cool smart tool here to trick this up, the software up. And, do this. And just kind of forge it, I guess, I don't know. These are some cool tricks. This part, you're almost never gonna see it, so just something rough, Let's go. Let's see how it looks like from far away. It doesn't look terrible. That's underneath the buckle anyway, so you can't see it, but just for peace of mind. And let's just kind of clean this up. You just don't want weird colors showing up essentially on your normal map. You don't want that. I'd rather this be raw. Basically, if it's this shade of purple here, it means you're essentially getting the raw model on that part. The rest of it is details that you're adding. I'd rather just be, this be kind of raw than messed up. I don't want it to transition in so it's not so sharp. And I want those little things in. Actually, I'll keep them. And this is good, I think. Let's go. First of all, I have to invert it. This is just something for the shader. Certain different games essentially interpret this data in different ways. So for this game, we have to invert it. It's going to be inverted. And then one thing I pressed enter. Go back and cancel. Okay. Inverted. Nope, don't want any of that. Invert. Export. Cancel. Let's just cancel. Export. No. Inverted. Okay, there we go. And then we have to make an ID map. And this is just essentially a way to split up our model along the material. Okay, is this the ball? Yeah, I don't need that. And this I could move back or something, I don't know. I don't need this. And so ID map essentially, splits up the model into different parts. that I can use. But Mordor can keep up with the other factions in the end. I'm a big Mordor fan. The mod name is also Rise of Mordor. Exactly. Exactly. That is my exact opinion. I want this unit to be nice, to be appealing. Mordor is I think it's pretty hard to make, you know. It's not like Gondor, like I feel like, you know, something like Gondor, it's a bit easier, you know, because you have uniform armor, first of all, not much variation, and it's just kind of clean, plain armor, whereas Mordor, it's very, like, it's incredibly chaotic, like, there's so many plates, so many little details and parts and roughness on the material as well, like rivets, cloth sticking out, and chainmail, and yeah, it's chaos, but it's hard to make it look good. Like, look at the detail on that, and you know, like, so much variation as well between all of them. So like, how can you do that? Like, it's not easy. I do think Mordor is a bit of a tough faction, so hopefully this can do it a bit of justice. Okay, so let's go like this. So this is going to be the leather. So we're going to make it pink, and then we're going to make anything that's metal blue, and everything should be split up. If I go over to here and look at it here, different color signifying different material, we should be good. So then what I do is I bake, but this time bake diffuse. Diffuse just means color. Bake. And I just have 3 color materials that have that image node, essentially, image texture node. Joseph Nolan, will you plan more variation in the future? Or is it once they are done, it's done? For tier 3, probably. It's done, it's done. You know, there's only so much you can do, right? Like, I could technically make like 36 variations if I really wanted to. And it would probably be more film accurate, but at the end of the day, is it worth it? Can I capture, the entire point is, can I capture the essence of this unit? If I've done that, then I know my job is done. If you can look at this and tell me this is what, you know, like tier 3 Mordor is, you know, and it looks good, then that will have to do. Like, especially with something like Mordor, you can always do more, you know. But am I going to? Probably not. There's other things that need to be done. So I'm trying my best, you know, to try to get this done as well as possible, you know, so that it's, you know, it's, when it's finished, and I don't have to revisit it again. But yeah, I'm not going to be, it's unlikely I'm touching this again. So I'm going to fix up the chest plate here, make it look a lot better, so that it, you know, it's good and nice and done for. I'm not sure about greaves. I want to add another variation, but it's just kind of like getting a little sick at this point. Maybe just kind of some basic ones here. I don't need shoulder variations. I could make one shoulder variation where I just remove like the top plate essentially here, because in some of these, like this one, you can see that they have the plates here, and this one doesn't. It's just one plate, and I think that's also kind of in. Actually, no. In most of the concepts I'm seeing, in most of the reference pictures, they do have those extra plates on top. I think in almost all of them. So, you know what? I won't do that. Yeah. They always have those extra plates. So I won't do that. Yeah, probably when this faction's done, it's done. Or this unit. Alright, we have our ID map. And ID map. And then we just need to export this model so I can use it. But I only want one material on it, and that's just going to be the big or whatever. So let's save this, export it, and then get into Substance Major. Yeah, this file is getting so big, it's taking like a full minute to save. And there's so many objects here, and they all have high polys, so it's really, this is one of my biggest files. Okay, let's export, and it's going to be built O2, LOD1. LOD standing for level of detail. This is the highest detail. Orc armor is always my favorite, and the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit movies always makes them look more timid. Yeah, I think it's hard to get right. I'm pretty sure. It's yeah. Maybe it's a blessing and a curse. You know, it's good practice, I guess, to do a hard faction. So let's just get. Yeah, essentially what I'm making right now is going to be really similar, but I'm hoping I'm going to have that metal piece in the front, and I'm also hoping that I'm going to get a different material, so it's not going to be chain now. So let's go new, and now I selected mesh, no texture. Belt 2. I do want the inverted normal as well. And let's add a model. Let's go, is it this one? Well, yeah, that's the model. O2, that's O2. Perfect. Okay. Alright. Here's our model. It's all black. We just need to bake some stuff. What happened to the original modders? I'm going to have to ask you who you mean, or who you're referring to when you say original modders. Are you saying like the people who created the mod, or right? And what time era are you calling original? Okay, and then I just look up my preset tier 3. Let's see, tier 3 Mordor. Boom. I feel like the faction with the strongest cavalry would be the best faction. Oh yeah, I've seen that talked about a lot in terms of balancing. You guys are. It seems cavalry is very dominant in Rise of Mordor and Attila in general. I don't think. Also, we're trying to balance for the campaign, right? That's kind of the main goal, and you'll have limits of cavalry units you can have, and it'll be kind of a sparse, I guess, resource kind of on the map, right? And you're kind of split up. Your armies are kind of split up, so we're anticipating for the campaign, but they are strong. Probably what that means is they're not going to be easy to get in the campaign now. Okay, so we put in our normal, and it doesn't look like much has changed, so we just have to rebake it with the details. Lord of the Golden Flower, what unit is this for? This is the Mordor Tier 3 rework for Uruk Throng, archers, and spears. We're redoing the armor completely. And yeah, the people who first created Isengard, Gondor, and Dale. So that would be, you were then referring to Victimized and Premi, who's no longer on the team. You probably see him often on the old squad thing. High on T actually has been here for a very long time. I was here for a very long time. When I was here, I think they were finishing off. Yeah, when I was here, and Prem was working on Isengard, or was finishing Isengard. Yeah, so people who are still here would probably be me, Victimized, and Premi, High on T, and a few other people, I think. Sloanus was also here for a very long time. And those are only artists that I can remember. Maybe Aldor as well. Aldor was with me at the time. Those are only artists I can remember. I think there's people who are mapping, and there was some people who are just kind of modding and doing tools in general. But I would say those are the people around like until Isengard, like those like up until Isengard. And when did I join the mining team? Oh, a very long time ago. I can't remember. Maybe 2018 or something like that. Like 3 years ago. Yeah, I joined when Isengard was like when Enpremi started Isengard around. It was like a lot smaller than it is now, but still, I'm an early bird, but I haven't been as productive as some people. I think Frusty has done more units than me, and I've been here for like 3 years. Doge gun. Looks so good. Will we also make new swords and spears? I will make new swords, but the spears are just fine. Spears are made by Elder, and they look great. I will be making new swords though. What inspired me to join the Rise of Mordor team? I was just looking for a good kind of project, artist project, and it's a really funny rabbit hole how I got into Rise of Mordor. Like I saw Third Age Total War because a friend had told me about it. Yeah, a friend I knew. He told me about Third Age Total War a very long time ago, and then when I basically got a bunch of Total War games and started playing them, and they were fun. And then I got because I was playing Medieval 2, so then I heard about Rise of Mordor, or I heard about 30 Age Total War, and then I basically heard about when I looked into 30 Age Total War. I figured out there's a new mod for a newer game called Rise of Mordor, and I was intrigued, so I got Attila. I tried it out, it was really fun, and then I was also kind of working on a bit of art at the time, so then I just asked, hey, because I'm trying to do some art and I'm trying to learn, can I join the team? And the team was pretty small at the time, it wasn't super big, and so they were pretty happy. You know, I didn't expect to get in. I thought my stuff was pretty terrible at the time. I was a terrible artist. Victimized is like, yeah, you know what, sure. And then he basically trained me a bunch, and I was also learning on my own. So now I'm here, 3 years later, working on it on and off. Yeah, I've been here for a while. It's nice. I'm a bit of a veteran. I've seen people, you know, come and go. Right? Like I've just kind of seen it all a bit. So yeah, it's a good experience. You know, you learn a lot. You learn a lot just from sitting back and not multiply. It's gotta be multiply. You learn a lot just from sitting back and watching and seeing. You know, you can kind of easily kind of identify people and what they're going to do on the team when they join, right? Like someone joins the team and you kind of immediately know what's going to happen, and based on the ways they say something or whatnot. Okay. Now the thing I am going to do now is I don't really have plate mail material. I might look here and see if there's anything I can adjust. So there's chainmail here. I might be able to work with that diamond armor thing there. Don't know if it's made though for it has to have the right parameters so I can edit. If not, I'll have to probably steal someone else's material because I don't have the texture. Or it might take some time if I really want to bake my own texture. So I think the iron diamond is probably the best way to go, and then oops, I don't mean to do that. I wouldn't say my prodigy. I would say kind of the opposite. Swazi. Like, I've been here for a pretty long time, but there's some people who are joining, and a few months they're on it. They're like my level or better. You know. So I kind of I disagree with you there. So the ID map essentially lets me block, like, you know, isolate these sections, right? Which is really good. Very useful instead of painting it by hand. Okay, so some work needs to be done here. And let's see if I can hopefully change this. So first of all, scale. And then I need to rotate it 90 degrees. Now, is this facing upwards or downwards? It's looking like it's facing downwards. So let's do 270 degrees. Yeah, now that's facing downwards. Now the only problem is it's super black. And the Uruks have long hair too, not these guys. Yeah, hair's been a tough spot. I don't think hair shows too much on these guys, but I will probably try to make hair as well when I'm doing head variations for lower tiers. I don't know how many variations we have that don't have helmets. But for these guys that have helmets, you usually can't really see the hair. And this guy, I don't know. I can try, I'll see later. No definitive answer right now, is what I'll tell you. Okay, let's try to fix this problem here. So, like, the black is a sign of bad shininess. Wow, that's really nice. Okay. So, don't want the glossiness. I want the specular, but that still seems... I'm worried it's going to be too shiny. Damn, that looks really good, like, from here, but those parts in the dark are not good. Maybe it's a roughness thing. No. Because I can't change the roughness. Looks like a gloss. Put the gloss back in. Okay, that's what it was. Damn, I don't want it too shiny. Old gray or white hair would be cool too. Yeah, yeah. I can definitely see the appeal for that and why you guys want that. That's a pretty reasonable request. Oh, I don't want this to be too shiny. Basically what you're seeing, because the environment essentially around this space is black, so if it's black, you're basically seeing it perfectly reflected. That's essentially what you're seeing. If it's black, you're seeing reflection. Because the environment around this is black. Even though it looks gray, it's actually black. So if you're seeing too much black, I consider that to be an issue. Like, this is it perfectly shiny, so it's just reflecting pure black. I'm just trying to find that sweet spot. And like this. Weathering and rust, I definitely want that up. Ooh, that looks pretty nice. Wow. What does that look like on a close scale here? Let's get that. I definitely want rust. I don't know why that's so red, but let's turn it down a notch. Something like that seems alright. Gray and white blonde would make sense. Then I would probably go with gray, light brownish, just fading. Yeah, that seems Ooh, there's different types. Oh, nice diamond. This is perfect. This is the perfect material. I'm glad I found this, guys. I still think diamond is the best, and I'm just gonna go through and clean up the scales. You'll see what that means. I'm gonna leave this up to you, chat. Diamond, circle, or crescent? Which one seems more accurate? My vote is diamond. If I get some sort of overwhelming majority of a material of a shape, then I will go with that. But I'm going for now. I'm going to go with diamond. What do you guys think? It's up to you guys. This is perfect where it is right now. Oh, that's nice. I like that. That's good. Yeah, I think it's an overwhelming consensus here. Diamond seems to be the play. This is looking nice. This is I'm really glad I did this. Okay, I might even make it the diamonds a bit bigger. I think that's a good scale. I don't know if I even ended up changing it, but that seems good. It's readable from a distance, right? Let's make it a bit. I want it to be readable from far away. I think that's good. Okay, let's go with 5. 5 probably seems to be a good middle ground. Just trying to get it so that this diamond is down in the middle here, because I'm going to go clean this up. The edges, because right now it doesn't look very nice. Okay, I think this is good. Yeah, I have an overwhelming majority of diamond. I agree with that motion. Okay, let's just save. Nice. This is good. This is good. I'm glad I went with this plate mail instead of a different idea and went for chainmail or something. Yeah, this is what I mean. I just took the material and I just played with the parameters and it looks like something that I wanted. So, perfect, right? The only weakness, actually, yeah, I could change the color here as well. It's perfect. Like, yeah, it's great. Maybe I make it like, no, it was great. It was good where it was. It was honestly perfect. Yeah, leave it as is. Don't ruin what's already. Don't fix it if it's not broken. Okay, now the next step. Essentially, I just go in by hand, and because look at this, this is not realistic, right? The scale would not be here, and it also looks kind of bad that this just kind of, you know, you see the outline of the model, and it doesn't look like individual plate mail, pieces of plate mail. So I'm just gonna go through and by hand fix that. So change opacity. Opacity basically just determines if it's transparent or not. So alpha off, opacity, use opacity channel, alpha mode 1. So make sure everything's still there, nothing got deleted off the face of the earth. And then I pull up my, I don't want a fill layer, I want a paint layer. Did not mean to do that, okay. Actually, I can just do this. Did not mean to do that. A white mask. So basically I'm just making everything now is seeable, and then I'm going to paint the parts where I don't want it to be seeable. So that's going to be this section, this stuff here. I'm just going to paint out these plates by hand. And I'm just going to try my best on them. The plate is not fully in. I'm trying my best to get rid of it. And the illusion only has to hold from like a pretty far distance, right? Maybe there's a better brush for this. I want something maybe a little sharper. Basic hard. That seems good. Actually, I couldn't really even tell the difference between the two, if I'm being honest. And might be a little slow for the next bit, but we gotta do this. I want a smaller brush, so I can get it fine. You know what, maybe I should use the line tool. Oops. Let's probably smarter. I'm just basically, my judgment is if the tile isn't completely on the model, I'm getting rid of it. we've already gone a fair amount in. Oh, I don't know if that looks right. We'll see what happens when I finish it. I can always just fix if I need to. Just gotta go in by hand and do it. Sometimes that's what's necessary. I don't know if that looks right. I can always just undo it if I need to. Maybe it's because the scale that, you know, actually, you know, it's... These scales look natural. You know, you think it's, you know, there's not enough scales so that if you remove a scale, you know, the impact is too large. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I just have the edges of the mount with. I don't know if that's a parameter I can control in the material, right? The material is just some, like, I can't really change that setting. Yeah, make the diamond smaller. That might be a play. I'd have to redo. I'm gonna finish this so far because it doesn't take like an awful amount of time. This part's not terrible. This is not awful. You should have seen the chainmail. That was not fun. We'll zoom out the end and see. Maybe it's just because I only done the bottom part. You know, we'll see. And it's very hard. It's very easy to undo all the work I've done. Ironically. Yeah, this. And I have to make sure I'm never like erasing. Yeah, see, look at that. This means I essentially fell off the other end and got into here. So what I just have to do is like this, just like back up. That's what I was concerned about. Make sure there aren't, you know, some spots I left out. Anything? Maybe on this side. Oh, okay. So, you know, it doesn't look terrible from far away. It's just because we didn't finish the entire thing. But that doesn't look bad. Yeah, 5K subs. We hit it. We hit it. Yeah, rounder scales could work, but I really want these diamonds. Yeah, Tom, I'm sorry. Yeah, maybe I should have stuck truer to the concept. Because I do have like just chainmail, a chainmail thing, and chainmail it's round, right? But I do like the diamond. Yeah, Tom, I think both work. So if it doesn't, yeah, if I finish this and it doesn't look good, I'll switch to the round. So yeah, let's just see what happens when we finish it, right? Because things, you can't really judge it when it's not finished. That's a big thing you gotta learn. Like it doesn't look good at the beginning. You literally just have to keep going and finish it. That's it. You know, an issue will become like you can tell if it's an issue that needs to be addressed now, or you just have to look at it at the end. Like this, if you're kind of iffy on it, you gotta finish it. It's not like too much work, right? Like, this is we spent like what 5-10 minutes extra just to finish this. Right now, it's becoming more rewarding and rewarding as we're doing it. So just gotta finish it. Only full measures, no half measures. Okay, don't need that. Let's get rid of these half pieces here. Boom. 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 Well, I have to go to sleep soon. School begins again tomorrow. See you next stream. Good luck with that. Murder. I know how that feels. I'll be back on my school term soon. Won't be fun. Yeah, that dot just appeared. I know I just accidentally drew on the other side. Yeah, I'm just gonna fix this right now. There we go. Yeah, all these spots. See those? Yeah. That's me accidentally drawing through the marl and onto the other side. Let's just address those. Pick some up. Sweet dreams, lol. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Okay. So, moment of truth. Not as bad. Not bad. Actually, I'm keeping this. I'm keeping it. That's good. Especially from far away. Like you just kind of want it to be distinct when you're far away. Like these details might look. Some details might look really great up close, but once again, you're viewing these units from I don't know how far away, right? So from far away, it's readable, so it's good. It might be more realistic even just to make the scale smaller, but if you're viewing this unit from far away and you're reading that from the distance that these are like scales and whatnot, then that's better. Maybe that's why some things are just kind of cartoony sometimes. May even be a little better. Things are a little enunciated for readability, especially in a kind of far away war game where you're playing as the commander, right? You want to be able to readability of your model is important, so you want to be able to look at it from a distance and say, oh, I know exactly which unit this is. So having that in your assets is a big plus. I'm going to watch my edges, make sure I'm not intruding on I think an important point is thick leather and fur coat clothing to make them look thick. I can increase the scale of the armor, but if you even just look at the concept here, right? First of all, in the concept, I'm going to add neck, leather, and armor and whatnot to make it a bit thicker. But the clothing is underneath the sleeves, underneath the armor. I can widen things for sure. That's not very difficult, but like other than the neck area, that's the only part where cloth surfaces through. You maybe see some folds and stuff underneath the bracers and the pauldrons, but I mean this guy here has some cloth and stuff, I guess. But fur on that is probably going to be, you're probably going to see the fur on the neck, right? But that's about it. Like, if you look here, it's all near the top. But if you look here, it's just armor. It is just armor. So yeah, I can for sure definitely add fur and stuff and leather around the neck area, and I can widen them if you're worried about the size. And if you look at this guy here, all I see is armor. So that we are being accurate here in this interpretation. So just some manual work by hand. Hoping this is what makes it all worth it, you know? You put the time and effort into the asset of, you know, a belt. But, you know, it's just, you see it and you appreciate it. Like making the buckle, you know, not always necessary. And I used to skip out on that on my old units, but it's the small things that elevate your models. We're getting there, almost done. Thanks for having the patience, because I bet this is not the most riveting to watch. That can go, this one can go. And then from there, that will go from there. Okay, perfect. Yeah, just figuring out how I can split this up. Boom. Boom, boom. Caden 1104, I am always patient. I appreciate your patience. We will get to more interesting stuff. I do believe after this we're gonna finish modeling that chest plate, and maybe I'll make the vote for you guys now. Should I work on improving the chest plate, or do you guys want to see that neck armor starting? Because that's going to involve some marvelous designers, so change of software. It's going to be simulation stuff. I don't know if you guys like to see that. I think Frusty's been doing a lot of that when he's done his Harad streams. You guys like marvelous designer? Seeing the cloth flail around and stuff? Because I don't mind either. I believe last stream Victimized was it was literally just like a Discord chat. It's just guiding him by exactly like message for message in the chat. So, great. I bet Frusty is gonna pass me in skill and marvelous designer any one of these days now. I'm not very marvelous when it comes to cloth. Okay. Once again. Yeah, I think it's a bit of a unanimous kind of decision there. It's looking like it's gonna be a neck armor finish, which I respect. I think this is good. I'm glad I stuck with this. I'm glad I stuck with it. That was a good decision. What I could do. Could I is there a full diamond there? I could definitely bring this guy back. Very reasonably, yeah. That'll make it look more natural, I think. Okay. Yeah, it was worth it sticking with the diamonds, and you know, it looked weird at the beginning, but this is good. Nice. I think that's a great asset. You know, do we want to have like one missing in the middle, one piece missing? I'll make one missing and see what it looks like. Let's put one in it and then just see. It's a shame there isn't in a lot of the materials they have like a modifier that you can just say missing chainmail. This one doesn't. Let's see what it looks like. Simulated missing. Don't think it's worth it. I think it's gonna stay intact. Let's do that. Looks great maybe on future Mordor units too. Yeah, maybe. I don't know how many other units would use this kind of heavy mail. I mean, I don't know if I could see this on tier 2. Maybe on tier 2. Or maybe the Morgul Orcs or something like that. Let's save. Oh. Okay, that's done. Looks good. Me very, very likey. Me very, very likey. Let's see the other one. The chainmail. Yeah, I'm also a fan of this one. You know what? It's like too rusty even. I'm gonna turn down the rust. Oh yeah, I used the rust because this thing also had that material problem. If I just turn off the gloss inspector. Oh, that's not such a great idea. Probably shouldn't have messed with it. You know what? This is good. This is good. Actually, that was a good idea. That was a good idea. Turn off gloss then. That'll be too much. Yeah, it shouldn't be so shiny. That looks good. I also made the edges not super, you know, fine. But I do prefer the plate mail variant. This chainmail's not bad though. Let's look at the other one. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Job well done. Okay. So it's looking like people want neck armor. So let's see. So I essentially need. What's it? I need to find the helmet that goes down the lowest, I think. Oops. There's this helmet. I could just overlap them all and see which one goes down the lowest. I think this one, I'll keep this one. This one goes down the lowest, so I'm just trying to figure out the whole clipping situation. You know, I can technically just put both. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to export a version of this. So I need this, 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 and this. Let's go Shifty Y. Let's go F3. Let's go join. And shade smooth, perfect. And because I'm making, this is gonna be the base of let's see. This is gonna be the base for the simulation. Like I'm gonna simulate the cloth on this, right? So I'm just making sure it's accurate, right? Like these are all the models, and I'm making sure it fits around this area because I'm going to simulate this and I don't want clipping. So let's take this joined thing. This is going to be neck simul base or something. Let's just export FBX. It's going to be neck armor simulation base. Just gonna get that, and then okay, I think that's good. Let's open up Marvelous. Oh man, I'm tired. Okay. Just check Discord, make sure I'm not missing anything. Alright. File. Import. Let's bring in our guy here, simulation base. Let it automatically do everything for me, which is super nice. I forgot the material. Forgot to change the materials on it. So we got some funky looking colors on the armor here. And okay. So this is going to be tough here. The neck armor is going to be difficult. Let's find it'll be tough because it's just with cloth and fur, you know, it's just kind of it's so easy to make a mess in what a workshop, right? But it's hard to model, you know. That's not easy. So this here looks to be, in this case, it's just going to be some fabric that comes out and is folded out and over. And then he has, I can't tell if that's fur or hair. He definitely has hair. This is hair. But that's definitely not hair. He's got fur and hair of some sort. This kind of same idea here. It's coming out from the tunic and just folding over, flat and upwards. This guy has the same thing but chainmail. Yeah, same kind of idea over here. I could also just kind of do, yeah, same thing here. Could just do some sort of almost scarf as well. I could just kind of put a scarf as well. That'd be a good idea, I think. It mostly seems to be thick. This seems to be a unique thing, a common thing here. This neck piece there. Yeah. That'll be interesting / tough to make. The neck is kind of exposed, you know? Ooh, I think that's a good one. I have a good concept here. That's a good one. That's up. Hey, I'm just looking for the easiest option, which isn't always the best. Just gathering. Getting inspiration. Okay. I think I have an idea. I'm just gonna make a cloth that kind of comes out from the base of the neck and it folds outwards, and I can thicken it in Blender and sculpt extra details. So I'm probably just gonna make 2 strips. So where's my character pattern almost? Let's go pattern. I don't know what this goes here. I accidentally zoomed out a bunch. But square, rectangle, and let's make another one. Symmetric patterns. Yep. So this part to this part, and this part to that part. Just gotta find these models in 3D space and move them around. They're a little small. Should not have done that. What the heck? Okay, that's a problem. So is there segment editing? Delete that. There it is, edit sign. Delete. I just want to segment so this and that. Nice, that's not so tough. Perfect. That's exactly what I want. Do you go to school for art design? Nope, I go to school for engineering. I'm not an artist, but I try. I meant one like in the concept. Yeah. I'm for sure gonna do that because this it's such a, you know, I love a good cop out, and the metal is an easy cop out, so I'll be doing that for sure. Can I move these together? Oh, how do I rotate? There it is. Okay. I have to scale these up a bit. Is this editing? Yeah, it is edit better. Okay, let's make this longer. Yeah, a bit taller. Oh, is this? Did I have it so like one goes down and one goes up? Because that would suck. Oh, no, I only want to edit this. I only want to edit this edge. So it's gonna go. Damn. Why is it like that? Okay, let's go like this. Let's go like this. Where's edit? This is edit, perfect. Okay, let's delete these again. Don't need these. Don't need, and then segment so. Yes, yes. Overlapping so. Oh, is it already done? Okay. Nice. Okay. Now, if I raise this edge, then yeah, nice. Okay, that's good. Okay. Now, let's just put these on the same level. Just making a choker, basically, for the Uruks. I should really learn how to freaking navigate the software. It's probably one of the crucial steps. I'm just gonna move these. Oh, do I have them both selected? Okay. So now let's start by making these thinner, and then let the choking commence. There we go. A nice choker, perfect. Now immediately I'm noticing a problem. Can I flip the normal? Nope, did not mean to do that. Okay, I only want to flip the normal on this one. No, only on this. No, they're mirrored. What? Why can I only have one? That's BS. Oh god. Okay. Gosh, that sucks. Okay. Okay, this is, oh my god, this is so painful. Okay. Let's flip this. Okay. Flip horizontally, and then I need to delete these sewing lines. Hi Frusty, I'm here suffering in hell. Also known as Marvelous Designer. No, no, no. Okay, okay, okay. It's all looking good. It's all looking good. Alright. Let the choking commence. There we go. Nice choker. Okay. Now from here we can just kind of. Jeez. Okay. Make it a bit taller. It's not simulating. Okay. Oh, no. Okay. Pull. There we go. I'm afraid it's a little tight. So let's extend it a bit, give him a bit of breathing room. Simulate. You're not supposed to do that. Okay. Now, just kind of pull it down, kind of. Okay, okay. Now we're getting somewhere. So along the back end here, that's here. Okay. Pull that down a bit. Simulate. Ho ho, now we're talking. I like what I'm seeing. Yeah, I figured. I figured. Yeah. I bet it's a great program, but we should, probably be nice to learn how to use it, Is there a way I can I wonder if I can subdivide, is there an internal, I know there's an internal polygon. Internal. Okay, so I want this here. On that edge. And it just goes all the way to this edge. Yeah, all I want is to edit this. That didn't work as planned. Okay. Can I not subdivide this? Split. Yes, that's perfect. Yes. That's exactly what I needed. Okay. Simulate. No. Okay. And I can always fix this. Yeah. Cloth is a devil to work with. This okay. I might just export and keep this. You know, this is okay. I like what I'm seeing here. I might just export this and then make another variation immediately after. I can have like 3 or 4 quick kind of variations, right? It's not that hard to, because I do like what happened here. This could be the one I use with the armor. So I'm gonna immediately export this. Maybe if I No, this one works perfectly for armor because it's tied up against the neck. I'll do that right now. Export FBX. Wait, is there FBX selected? Export. OBJ selected. It doesn't matter if it's FBX or OBJ. Okay. Let's go tier 3. Edge. This is gonna be neck 01. Simulated. Single object. Yep, don't care about anything else. Okay, nice. Okay. Alright. So now we have one. We just quickly made one variation, and let's go to another. So I like the one where it kind of folds out open. So we'll make the top a lot larger. So we'll essentially extend. Okay, first of all, we'll take the entire thing and then we'll stretch this out because we want a lot more room. Yeah, that's perfect. Right in the front. Okay, that might be a little too much. But I essentially want it to flap, kind of fold open. Yeah, perfect. Now it's still too tight on the sides, so let's move. I want to move the entire thing. It still needs to be a little bit larger. Okay, pull this out. Oh, this is gonna be so unfun to retickle. Right, this is, you know what, honestly, this is perfect. Except on the size here. Okay, let's split here. Where's the split? No, split tool, split. There it is. Okay. And then extend it a bit, give it a bit more room. I think that did it. What, did that do the opposite of, no. Extended it this way. I have to pull it open. Peel it like an orange. Okay. This is not working. You know what might help? I think I have to make this entire thing Kind of shorter. Okay, I have to make it like, yeah, I do believe I have to make it shorter, just so that there's less kind of folding room for the fabric. Move this closer in on the neck. Get this underneath the pauldrons. God, this is painful. This is pain incarnate. I want this flipped inside out. Now, I want it to be like a bit, yeah. Like this, yes. What did I do? No. What happened? What the heck? No. Oh, I was on the ground. Oh god. Have to restart. Good thing I exported that one thing. Holy. Okay, maybe this is exactly what I needed. Fresh start. Okay, now you get down from there and just fold open like a good flower. Get down from there. Oh my god. Oh god. Come on. Yes. Fold in nicely. Okay. Now, the front is what's important, right? I need to get this. I need this thing here. I need to look like that. Yeah, this is but you know what? That's pretty good. I think that's flipped out pretty good. You can. I wonder if I can change the stiffness of the material. It's too long along the back. This is the back right here, so it's this edge. It's too long there. Yeah. It's too long. I'm afraid I made it too tight. Give it a bit of room. It does. This thing is... Joseph, you're entirely correct. This thing is possessed. Okay. Oh, it's so perfect. I don't want to mess it up, but I want it to extend out a bit further. Okay, let's give it a... You know, we're playing with fire here. But it must be done. Now, the only problem is it's too sharp, so I have to curve it. So let's bring this back, and let's split this again, and let's curve this a bit, and then, okay. You know what, I might just leave it at that. Should not be there. Okay. Fold over. Okay, just flip. Yes, good boy. Okay. Oh, I just want this to be kind of straight. Just stay where you are. Good boy. Now let's increase the resolution because I want a bit more. I want like some finer wrinkles. Actually, I'm probably the majority of it's going to be sculpting this strange material, right? So it doesn't even matter if it has too many wrinkles. It is kind of like a more, almost like, not, can I undo? Please, okay, please let me undo. God. Okay. This should be a bit more intense on my computer, but... Did I ruin anything? Did I lose anything? No? Okay. Yeah, it is a bit of a kind of rougher material, I would say. Okay. I wonder if I can change the stress of the fabric? What does this do? Okay. Why don't I save myself a copy before I do anything stupid? Okay. I think I've kind of ruined it. Let's go. I saw that hand too. The marvelous designer epidemic is upon us. True. Facts. Okay, now get down from there. Don't need to be in the helmet. Gosh. Yank it from down there. Now, fold over like a good boy. Now, let's try this pressure thing. So I increase the pressure. I think that does what I think it does, and that just basically makes the material more taut. It is more like a divot, and you're exactly right. So bring the pressure back. What is this? What is the opposite do? Negative 70. Wow, okay. What was the default? 0? Oh, I think I accidentally got this to something pretty close that I want. So, you did it, Mega Blue Iron. You are a real one. Okay, come on, please. Just work with me here, come on, for a split second. Okay, let's put this pressure slightly positive. Now the only problem is the pressure's, okay. Slightly taut. How do I get the thickness? Well, there's this convenient modifier in Blender called the thickness modifier, and it makes things thick, so I'll probably use that. Gosh, this thing does not want to fold over. It just doesn't want to give in. Maybe this isn't tight enough. No, that was too much. I gave it too much, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Okay. Only needs a touch. A touch. Okay. Holy, just fold over. Give up already. Why are you like this? No, it's all coming apart. Pressure 0, please. God damn. Should not have touched a... Shrinkage, I think this last time. Let's okay, so I lift this up, and this should fold down and over. That seemed to work. I'm just gonna drag this underneath the pauldrons. No, don't go up. Why are you going up? Stop going up. Is there too much cloth? Maybe it's the height again? Something like that. I kind of want this to stay where it is. Maybe that'll do it. I'm really at my wit's end. Oh, I had it so perfect the first time. Why did I mess it up? Okay, we're restarting it again. And let's go. Okay, now. This point here is not good. This needs to lower. Okay. Now, all I need, I simply make the top just a bit wider across all the areas. I should just be able to have the cloth to kind of overlap. Doing too much now. Now, all I need to do is pull this down and have preserved cloth to fold over on the sides. And I need to lift this up and just sort of shake it around. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Now, simply need the same thing here. So why is the bottom shrinking in like that? Is it because it's too tight near the bottom? The bottom shouldn't be doing that. Is it these? Let's try this. These guys should not be tight. Should be no tightness. Man, I shouldn't have done Marvelous Designer. Gosh. This hurts. Okay. Look guys, I'm working on Harad. Okay, just fold over in the right direction. That's all I need from you. Oh, I had it so right that one time. I'm so upset I lost it. Oh my god, just go in there. Oh, you're doing something weird, but it's working. Oh, you're beautiful. I actually hate you, but screw it, you're going on top of the pauldrons. I guess there's nothing I can change about that. You need to stop flipping, yes. Go inverted. So this is going to be the padded coif. I've decided. I wish I could pin this on the avatar, but my version of Marvelous is broken in that sense. It's something me and Frusty discovered. Okay, perfect. It's a little wrinkly. You know, probably isn't normally this wrinkly, but it's at this thickness, but who cares? Okay, before I mess it up anymore, we have our two neck variations. This kind of padded coif here, and then we have that one kind of cloth. And we're going to put the armor on that one. Boom. Nice. And then also, we have to think about the fur. The fur will probably just kind of be here along the back. I might do that as well. So first let's just export this. Let's go File, Export, and it's going to be neck O2 simulated. Okay. And then I'm going to make I guess a basic just over the back of the shoulders cloth maybe. So I can even just take, okay, so I can probably take this because I already saved those. Okay, actually I might make a new file for this. I don't even tack this to the avatar, just normal tacks are working. You could just normal tack to the avatar, or you just tack the cloth together. Joseph, that's a good point. I could just keep the same model and use two different materials if I really wanted to. Yeah, I could probably do that. Fair enough. Let's go tier 3, neck. This is technically O2. I don't know why I didn't even save the other one, I guess. I don't know. Just to freaking goober that way. Do. Oh, sick! It just kept. Oh, that's sick! It just kept my model here, but it didn't keep the cloth. That's awesome. Liam, that will be so much. Thank you, Liam. I appreciate that. Okay, let's do another piece. Just another rectangle. I don't even really need, doesn't even need to be. I just kind of want it symmetrical. I guess that's the only reason I'm doing the second rectangle. And oops, don't like that. Symmetric pattern with sewing. Okay. Cloth to cloth? Huh. I'll have to give it a try. I haven't had much of the need for tag. So you just kind of rely on the friction. I don't even have icon for tag. Yeah, you have to like click on it and then like you have to like click on the tag and then it comes up there. But yeah, regardless, I think we both figured out it doesn't work. Maybe I don't know if you have a different version than me. Maybe it could even work on yours. I know it didn't work on mine, but I don't know. Yeah, just for context, me and Fristy got into a call late one night and just trying to figure out how to work this software, and it was not. It was a bit of some nightmare fuel. Okay, so I'm just getting a base kind of cloak almost, because it's just going to be a bit of cloth that goes on the back of the neck, like this thing here, right? I think we already have an asset like that, don't we? For tier 2. Do I pull it out again? Do I pull out the freaking Total War Attila again? I always end up just ending the stream by me going into Total War Attila. Don't know why. You know what, I'll do that in a second. I'm just gonna create very basic. Because I'm gonna be ending the stream soon because I'm really tired and I also have to do homework. If you're talking about fur just on the back, okay, first of all, actually, that's not true. It's not, there's not that many that have fur on the back. There are a fair amount that have the fur here, like on the shoulder, in the top. But what you're talking about, I know exactly what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about, Sebastian. Oh, look at this. Just give me a second to load. You're talking about this, something. I bet you're talking something but like this, but this is only for golf mode. He has the fur on his back. I'm not trying to scroll down to the bottom, Zwazy. I know where the things are in this album, the images. Yeah, they do have like fur here, coming out of their shoulders, which is what I'm going to be doing now, sort of. Some, yeah, just kind of around the neck. But you never explicitly see on the concepts that they have fur on their back. There's only that one on the general. I can definitely see them having fur just around the neck, which is what I'm kind of do right now. I also don't really know how to do fur, so that's something we have to learn. I don't know whether I should sculpt it or do hair cards. There's two different kind of approaches you can take. I think I want to try sculpting. Might try some ZBrush for that. That'll be a good practice. Yeah, look, he's got the fur on his back like that. That's not the general unit. That's not what the normal unit has, right? So, probably not going to do that. No fur on the back. Alright. So, I'm just going to get kind of a cloak a bit around the neck. Now. Okay. Caught you. You stay there, and I need... Okay, I gotta think of... Okay. This is... well... this is gonna be a little tough, okay. So maybe I do like this. Nope, I don't want both of them selected. Just... like this. Slightly like this, and... wow, okay. Rotate it slowly like that. That would be great for SD. Especially with the, kind of what you've been working on. I would not mind getting some help. I want to try sculpting it though. I'm gonna try it because there's probably some really nice like brushes in ZBrush for that. So I will give that a try first. Also, I kind of want to just learn ZBrush. But if that does not work, I will definitely. I know you should be my guy. I should talk to. Because I know that you have experience with haircuts, especially with all the beards for the dwarves and whatnot. Okay, let's just start by getting you on the shoulder. No, damn it. Okay. Let's just move you completely on it like this. Maybe that's the only way to do it. Okay. No, stay on the shoulders. No, okay. That was not the play. So I need to rotate you more this way. And maybe the bottom should be longer like this. There's more room to stretch out. Okay, so I'm getting there. There's, yeah. What about the units or bodyguards? Will be only a general unit. Well, haven't decided yet. Have not decided yet. Because there's definitely still some custom generals that need. There's gonna need to be custom generals for Mordor especially. But that I usually don't spend time much. It's a little unfortunate, but I don't really do much for the general units. In like almost all my units, I don't think I've made a single general, but I probably should, you know. But we'll see what happens. Okay. Okay, you're stuck there by accident, but maybe it's a blessing. Get on the shoulder. So easy. How old am I? Sub 20. I'm in post-secondary is what I'll say. I guess you can, if you want to judge from there, feel free. I am in post-secondary. it's like mozzarella cheese. Oh my god. Okay. No, no. God damn it. I might just abandon this here and work on this later. I don't know. I have to get some other stuff done. This is painful. This is true agony. Oh my god. Oh god. It's just falling on the ground. Okay. Let's give it one more go. One more chance. God, please just get in there. Okay. Come on. Come on. You got this. Okay. Wow. I actually kind of got somewhere. You know what? I can just then adjust the cloth and stuff from here, but for now I'm going to save this. Looks like he's wearing a towel. He just got out of the spa. Okay. Save project. Tier 3. Nick. 3. What would you do if I accidentally deleted all of your work? I'm not going to answer that. What's going on here? Got the Attila game, but felt too little of a change from No 2, so it's mostly unplayed. Is this going to be a substitute for the Total War Attila we never got? Ekaneki, yeah, that's one way to interpret what Rise of Mordor is. It is a complete campaign overhaul of Total War Attila, so it, is it in play already? Yes, yeah, we actually have released, like, multiple versions. We are, not campaign, there's no campaign. Right now we only have custom battles going and multiplayer. But, our, like, the ModDB page should be in the description, I think. That's where you can download it and put it in your mod manager and play. And join our Discord as well for, if you need help, if you're looking for other people to play with. Everything's in the description. It's all in the description. So everything you need to get started, and it is playable. So feel free to enjoy. And speaking of that, I'm gonna launch it right now. In typical Mega Blue Iron fashion, we're going to finish off by playing looking at the units again. Will you guys fix the destruction of towers? That's a very vague question. Which towers? I believe the towers, the normal vanilla towers of the game work just fine, so not sure the issue is there. So yeah, let's launch this thing. Because I think it's mostly I just want to look at that fur that we already have in the game. Because I don't know if I'm gonna do I have to remake the fur if we already have a perfect kind of fur asset. Ryan. Oh, the music ran out. Yeah, that's how I know I've been streaming for like 2.5 hours ish. Oh man, the tongue's flowing. Okay. Zwayze, I don't know if you're referring to a certain problem in vanilla Attila. When you're saying, will you guys fix the destruction of towers? Regardless, I don't know if I'd be able to answer that. It's probably, once again, the campaign or DB guys. If I already guessed, the answer would likely be no. So, do I have everything here? I think so. This is all the same setups and stuff. I don't know, see, do these guys have, yeah, they have 9 guards. What's another kind of faction we can look at here? I'm actually not believe it or not, I'm not a huge fan of Dogwood armor. I'm not a huge fan of the material of Dogwood armor. So we'll put that up and look at it. I think the models, looks great. Not the skulls they put onto the top of the heads, those are really awesome, but I'm not sure about the materials. Maybe actually the shader updates will fix it, the environment. Because right now the Attila environment is so freaking awful. Let's see. Right, just let it load. So yeah, same process as always, just finishing up the stream by looking at some of the stuff. Once again, I mainly just want to see I mainly just want to see that fur cloak that's on the tier 2s. I also found a really buggy part of the map, which is really sick. Yeah, we'll see. It should look nice. Except for this really weird, repetitive, overpowerful texture. But I did find a buggy part of the map, which is kind of fun. Anything else funky here? Honestly, the landscape looks pretty nice in this game. It's a little, just kind of, I don't know. The color palette is a little kind of weird, but dry. But I don't know who made these assets here. What I will say is I'm not a huge fan. Maybe it's just the orc model that needs to get updated. I don't know, it feels like it's trying too hard with all these weird patchy things, and the like, I don't think we've seen something like this in the movie, right? Like just this kind of weird like patched mouth squares on the cloak looks nice. I like the cloak and the hood. Those are good. Just not too sure about those weird patches and stuff. That's like what you imagine something would look like when someone says like kind of beaten down, you know, you just put patches and stuff everywhere, but I don't know. So these guys are gonna get a nice revamp. Yeah, I'm excited. They look so terrible right now. It's gonna be a big jump. It's gonna look so much nicer. I will say the helmets for this this helmet. I really like this helmet. This was a nice helmet. Look at that. That's a pretty good helmet. Let's look here. Oh, you can see the seam there and the armor. Not great. Not great. Yeah, Fruste. They're not great. I'll show you the rest of Zoguldur. I like the armors, but yeah, it's I'm not too sure about just the weird patchy and stuff. And also the person didn't even rig it right. Look at that. They didn't check the rigging. Even a bit of clipping. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that was hastily made. I'm almost certain that was hastily made. The orc model is okay. There's nothing wrong with the orc model. It's just the fact that it's all the same. There's nothing wrong with this orc model. This orc model could go by perfectly fine. The only issue is there's only one of him. There's only one. that is the problem. This cloth, believe it or not, this armor. This was made before I worked on the mod. So this armor is 3 or so years old, and it was made by the guy who made this orc head, which is now in use by everyone, by all the orcs. So it's pretty good, like not terrible quality, right? Like the cloth doesn't look terrible. It's bunched up spots. Looks a little weird. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's too much in the concepts. This is a really good kind of shawl here. That's really well done. I don't know who rigged this. I don't know why his jaw's having a little dance on its own. Oh, I made that helmet. Bad. Yeah, I don't know who rigged this, but it was not done right. Okay. My first helmet. This was my first asset. I've probably told you guys this like a million times. I don't know how many people have told this. But I'm pretty proud of this. It does not look too shabby. Also, ignore the complete clipping of the ear. It's unimportant. And I'll show you one of my favorite helmets. It's the punk helmet. Where is it? I need to find the punk helmet. Where is the punk helmet? Yeah, it's this guy. Oh, where is he? Nah. Punk helmet. Come on. Yeah! Yeah! One of my favorite helmets I've ever made. That looks hilarious. I love that. I can't believe that's in it. It actually doesn't look terrible, so. Like, look at this. The only thing good about this unit, I like the axes, which, you know, made by yours truly. I'm a fan of the axes, and I'm also a fan of Aldor's plate mail, which looks really nice. The chainmail looks decent, gorgeous, not terrible. Now this is the fur I was talking about. Like, maybe that's too much. I think this is a mix of hair cards. Yeah, this is a mix of hair cards and just texture. So actually, I'm wrong. Yeah, I thought I could use this, but it's way too big. It's not gonna work. I have to make my own because it's a small cloak, right? So I have to make my own. So cause that's way too big, and it's definitely gonna clip with my armor. I don't like the cloth. The decision of the color for this cloth was not the greatest choice. These guys, bracers don't look terrible. The show is just a little off. Shoulder doesn't really look film accurate. Chest plate not very good. Belt doesn't even line up with part of the cloth. And look, you saw the belt we made today. You saw the belt we made today. Look at that. Look at the old one. What is this? It's like a pizza slice. I remember the bow animation for the Uruks is weird also. Will you work on that? Probably not. I don't do animation. If you're asking about the team, if the team's gonna work on it, I'm pretty sure the problem with that is that it wasn't rigged properly. I think we didn't really bother with it, I guess. Like, there's a lot of little things we could go back and fix, but like, those are probably gonna be ironed out after everything's done, right? Like it's really like, what do we have time to focus on? So right now it's just making units, right? Getting content out, major content. You know, these guys, my favorite. Oh, this was good Marvelous Designer. Look at that. When Marvelous Designer actually works with you, it gives you pretty good results. And you can't really see it. But there's a bit of engravings on the helmet, but it's really hard to just you gotta be up and nice and close. Like if you're just playing it, yeah, you cannot see. But these guys are readable. I think they're pretty good readable. Chainmail, pretty basic. Nothing too special. On the hands, doesn't look very good. Probably should have gone with gloves here. Hands look like they've been just like gnawed off. Once again, some good Marvelous. Yeah, I do like the engravings and kind of just details on this unit. Pretty good. Yeah, overall, my favorite unit. As I've told you guys, I don't know how many people I'm redoing this for. These are the Morgul Orcs, and I made custom faces for these guys. Same eyes and mouth though. Does he never see it? Is the general? Yeah, the general you get to see him in the open. This is my first attempt at the face, right? Not terrible, but it's not great either. So I will for sure be when I'm making head variations, I'll have to brush up on my sculpting skills. It's not great, but it's not terrible. Yeah. This armor, this guy looks thick. I think you guys really like these guys because they're wide. The profile. Oh my god, that is atrocious. Oh god, that's stretching. Chainmail. Great, you know. Yeah. Look, this unit is not, you know, great, right? It's just everything was right, but everything was mediocre, and that's why this unit looks good. Like every other unit, like this unit and stuff, like it looks so bad because it's just everything's sort of done wrong. But when you like, there's nothing special or good really about this unit, but it's just that I didn't do too much wrong, and so it looks like all right. So now I can focus on making like this unit. I think was my first good unit. This unit, first good unit. This unit, really, you know, getting there, but you know, it's still I think up to standard. And then the new tier 3 will hopefully blow everything out of the water. Blow these guys out of the water. Yeah, the fur, I'll have to remake my own. Yeah, I hate this unit. Orc Warriors. Oh, it'd be so easy just to replace, to make a new chestplate for them, and it'd make the unit look infinitely better. Like it's just look at it, it's a black mob, and it's just a big, looks like a marshmallow, like a black marshmallow. I don't know what, I can't remember who made this, but I'm not a big fan of that. This is my shield, not great, not a great shield. Also looks kind of like, I don't know, it's like a cushion kind of texture. Also my shield, nope, not great. My weapons though, not terrible. Everything falls apart when you look at it up close. This helmet, good model, but material is not great. This material should be replaced completely. And this helmet, also not terrible model, but material not bad. Is it possible to make the eyes look more human? I don't know, they look too much. Yeah, it's probably just a freaking colored thing. Just changing the color will probably do a lot of it. Okay, so these guys are gonna look a lot better when we get this this new tier 3 out. And tier 3, once again, it's like the biggest part of the army, right? It's the main archers, the main spears, the main like swordsmen, like, so it's important. These spears are good. Look at this. This is made by Elder. So look at that. That holds up so well up close. It holds up. It you know, under scrutiny. Even the wood is just like, it's good somehow. I don't know how the wood is good. So those weapons are staying. Nice. Guard, Servants of the Eye. I know you guys love Servants of the Eye. I'm personally not a big fan. I like the helmets, and I like the horse armor. Is so nice. Like the hands, the shoulders, and the head. You know, I can get behind. The chest plate and everything under, like all the underlying pieces, like the cloth. Well, I don't know what that is. That looks like this. I already said this last time. Reminds me of the stuff that Flint Lockwood sprays on his foot in Cloudy the Chance of Meatballs. But overall, the unit comes together pretty nice. And I know you guys like the shield. I'd like to see more iconography on the shields, etc. With colored paint with contrast. Actually, you never see it. You don't really see it in the concepts. I've looked at the concepts. This question's come up a lot, but when you look in the movie, it doesn't show up there. Also, it might work as something called. We were trying to do decals, which is like a texture you can add randomly over your models, so that it appears randomly. Sometimes it's not ingrained into the texture, and we were gonna do it, but I don't know. I stopped somewhere along the way. Also, do you not think there needs to be more variation in spheres as seen in the movie? Yeah, once again, everything in Mordor could use more variation, but the question is, what do we have time for? Right. You could add, there's infinite variations, right? But, like, it's just once again, what do you think? Is there no pikes in this army? What happened to the pikes? What, there's not a single unit of pikes? Okay. I guess I didn't think about it when I did that. Okay. Double Door, let's see. Let's just... We got Double Door, and then I'm probably gonna end the stream, because I'm tired. I don't need to work on my own stuff. Okay. These guys. Whoa. Same thing. Not great. If we want to talk about variation, yeah. There's not many you'd be surprised. Mordor needs a lot of variation. A lot of the evil factions need variation, right? Especially kind of Mordor, but you can see most of the units in the game do not have variation. It's only really a lot of units I do that have variation. Like the dwarves won't have variation. The elves won't have variation. Dumbledore doesn't have variation. Mordor is the only faction with variation so far, essentially. And that's just because it is tough. It's like, I probably could have made multiple units by now with the variation I put in, right, into a unit, right? If I make like 2 variants of each part of armor, I could have technically put the work and made 2 different units, right? So that's why it takes so long. I do like the way these guys look from far away. From far away, they're nice. Like, I like the kind of desert, just kind of torn down look. They look like wanderers, I guess. But up close, it falls apart. Like, look at that material there, the belt there. Weapon doesn't look bad. Okay. Dover looks nice. It's just the material. Maybe it's just when I look at it at the wrong angle. Yeah, here, this is the worst angle. Just so dark. Maybe hoping the lighting will fix that. In terms of the armor, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the armor. I also don't know how I feel about the body models. I did not catch that guy in the most flattering angle. It looks like he was just freaking like he's just kind of diving in the mud for a bit. Oh man, I should not look at these guys from the low. That's not a good idea. Same thing. Oh my god, that is creepy. Oh goodness. He has seen some things. Okay. Also, is that a clipping issue I see here? A rigging issue? don't like that rigging. It's very squarish almost. I like this kind of helmet. And this one also is iconic. Don't know if it's done right though. I don't know. Look at the hands. It just doesn't fall. Oh man, if I had Isengard here and Premi, oh man, that is. Okay, I'll do one last thing here. So, Gulfador looks cool. I like the skulls. Skulls are nice. Weapons, very nice. Model and stuff, maybe not so great. I can see clear issue there. But from far away, readability, very nice. These weapons are good. These are good guys. These are good weapons. In terms of shape, at least. I think you guys like the Total War faction a lot. Ooh. And once again, not much variation, but I mean, it's not. It's tough. It's a tough thing. I think the main changes here were just the helmets. Because it seems to be, actually no, this is new armor. This is different armor. That's about it. Okay. Last thing, just a comparison. I'll show you Isengard and then I'm ending the stream. Just to kind of show you that, in my opinion, one of the best artists we've had on the team. Which isn't Premier, who's gone, and because he got hired, or he works at a game company, so don't know exactly which one, but he was a professional artist, so that's how you could tell. Yeah, I'll put up maybe some of my favorite high quality. Easterling's definitely one of them, and Isengard. So basically, Aldor's work versus Impremi's work, and Manu is also up there. Firsty stuff isn't in game yet. Yeah, this will be the last thing. Right. Close everything down. Like Bane of the Steppes is so good. Hi Legion, how's it going? Pretty good. Just reviewing some more units. We had a pretty productive stream going. I got sidetracked again. Easterlings, a lot of them that look quite elder. Okay, these guys would look great if the lighting wasn't so bad. Hopefully that'll all be addressed. These guys, they have a lot of detail when it goes up close, yeah. I didn't even know the resolution of the texture was high enough to capture that. Look at that. Like, everything makes sense, you know, there's nothing, like, if the armor makes sense, then it's good, you know. There's no weird, just kind of low-res thing underneath, like, it all makes sense. You know, there's hand gloves, and then it goes into the tunic here, and then you have the armor on top. But I will say, he's put, like, actually so much just work into the leather straps. Look at that. I didn't even know it was, like, detailed like that. I can't tell if that's dirt or designs. I can't even tell. Either way, it looks really nice. Pretty sure it's dirt. It's dirt. Still, even just like the seams and stuff, and leather designs and fabric as well. Very, very, very professional stuff. Elder, a great artist. And the helmet looks so sick. Yeah, he even has a... Yeah, it's really good. Very sick. Where's Bane of the Steppes? I really like Bane of the Steppes. Yeah, these guys are awesome. Maybe the lighting will make these guys look even better. Lighting fix. Did you make these? He made these bows, didn't you? I don't think so. I like these things with just leather straps as well. The armor makes sense, and that's the best part. Look at these guys. Warlords of Mordor. Even I know he Elder made these by hand in Blender. Well, not he like this is not a texture. He baked this essentially. He in Blender laid out the scales using a particle system, and he made a few of them missing. Right, you can see occasionally some scales missing. Once again, super high quality stuff. Yeah. The weapon looks good, and everything makes sense. It all like nothing falls apart. Illusion. Maybe the scales, the chainmail is alright, but like the uniform itself makes sense. Nice, Oh yeah, and the dismail coif. Oh, that's beautiful. And the horns, also really good. Warlords of Ruin, highly upvote. These guys are. I don't even know who these guys were made by. I don't think that was Elder. I think these guys are really old, but they're still nonetheless really good. Easterlings, a really solid faction. Okay, this is a unit we have to talk about. Yeah, in Rise of Mordor they look amazing. What is up with this horse? Oh man, it's like looking into space there or something. Yeah, very nice stuff. These guys look really cool. I love the. It's not a super complex. Like look at that chainmail. Look at the resolution on that. Oh, that looks beautiful compared to some of the other things. Nice straps on the hands, on the legs as well. Look at the quality even on the foot. Like like if we were to compare this to some of the other cavalry units, this is a great one. Servants of the Eye, for example, like that. I don't know. Servants of the Eye, yeah, I don't know. Bane of the Steppes was not made by Manu. Maybe the horse armor was, but this was made by Elder. Believe it or not, this axe was a prototype by me. I made, but it wasn't it wasn't very good, so it was remade. It was for a different unit. Right? This axe is reused. Let's see. See this axe? It's also used in. Oh, also this spear. I made a version of this, but it wasn't very good. Where is that axe used? Where is this used? It's also used. I can't find it. There's a gold version. Unimportant. Oh, clan guards. Okay. That makes sense, yeah. Very good. And then we'll get to Isengard right now, actually. I can't remember where the axe. There's a gold version of that axe used by a different unit. I don't know. Yeah, those spears. I made a version of them. It wasn't very good. I probably have the picture of them even. And the axe. But then Aldo fixed it up. send out some cavalry, some sort of stuff. Okay. Made by Premi. These guys are packing. Okay. He also made the model, so look at that. No just muddled strange texture, right? There's actually, you know, texture to it. Like, it looks a little cartoony almost in the faces, I don't know. But like, every part of the texture is like unique. It's not some weird, just kind of texture. Yeah, I don't even know. There's no way that that has to be. I don't know what trick he's using to get the resolution so high. It's so clear. Yeah, look at that. The color is perfect on it. Yeah. It's super readable, iconic. Proportions make sense. Yeah. Isengard, I think, is many people's favorite, and for a good reason. Look at the just on the buckle, just the detail on that. Yeah. Look at even just the leather shoes, right? There's no part there's no. Yeah, the eyes. Yeah, the eyes look a lot better. It's like frowning to one side. Is that like permanently like that? It's a bit like a vampire, but yeah, that looks sick. Like what I like is that no part of the you know the model is less detailed because it's like not as important, right? Whoa, I didn't know about that. Whoa, boys, we found a bug of some sort. Untextured model? What the heck? I had no clue that existed. I can't believe no one saw that. That's that's interesting. We'll just skirt past that. Yeah. The weapons look good. You can see the texture on the handle. You know, none of the texture is ever muddled. And the model is super clean and stuff. Everything makes sense. You know, everything's there for a purpose. Just the best part. Oh man, the shields and the helmets are so iconic. So good. Oh man. Look at this. Stormers. Oh. Absolutely just massive shields. Yeah. And yeah, these are them raw and shirtless, all sculpted and made custom by Premi. But just the detail on that. Yep. Well, I really like this crescent helmet variation. It's my favorite one. The last thing I'm gonna look at is the axes. Oh, the berserkers. How could you forget these guys? Like what I like about the variation in these guys is just simply the assets. Like some of them have the shoulder armor, and some of them don't, right? Some of them have these bracers, and some of them don't. That's where the variation comes from in these units. So that's maybe something I can use in tier 3, where it's just, you know, I have units, but I just have armor, but I just take it away for some of the parts, and that could be simply the variation, you know. It gives enough variation. Like, these guys still look different, but the variation is so little, you know. But look, it's change in spike, change in color, you know. You know, some have spike and paint. Some have no spike and paint. Some have spike, no paint. I bet I could find one no spike, no paint. It's those little things that give enough. Yeah. Half-orc axes. Storms, where are the axes? I don't think the AI put any. Wait. These are the pike units? What the heck? Oh, there's no half-orc axes. That's a shame. Okay. I think that's enough Total War for now. So I did say this would be approaching the finish for tier 3. So what's left? So I'm going to be working on. I don't know if I'll have much time to work on it this week, because I'm pretty busy with stuff. But I'm trying to think here. Huh. So what we have left is I finished the low polys for those neck pieces. So essentially, it's just finishing those neck pieces, doing the chest plate, and then rigging it and exporting it. And then it's done. So how many streams would that be? And considering also what I'm going to do on my own time, I might not even stream again. That might be the last stream. I don't know if you guys want to see rigging. I might stream. Well, actually, I haven't started weapons and shields, and I have to make like 3 or 4 swords and a shield. Three or 4 swords and a shield. So that could be a stream. That could be its own stream, and then maybe finishing off rigging, like rigging at the end when it's all in, because I'm gonna have to rig every single asset, and that just takes time, and it's repetitive and boring. So probably no one wants to see that. Maybe enlist in the end, so you guys get a taste of rigging, and then I get to kind of assemble it in game to see what it looks like. So likely maybe 2 more streams. No, impossibly, like there's no way that more than 3. Maybe 2 streams will do it. Weapons and shields, and then finishing off rigging. I might not even stream that. You might just have to, might just put you guys all on the edge, and you guys have to wait until it's in game. Maybe I'll post a preview or something when it's done. But I think that'll be it. Okay. Well, anyway, thanks everyone for coming by. This has been a long stream, 3 hours. I'm exhausted, and I seriously need to get working on some other stuff. Thank you everyone for hanging out with me on the stream and doing some progress. And yeah, hopefully these guys will be finished sometime soon in the next few streams. So I guess that's goodbye then. Have a good one, guys. Enjoy the rest of the week.